time for a love potion, a little sweet and spice. Throw it all in a cauldron, mix it up real nice. Fire in my eyes.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'll be just showing you a very quick and easy tutorial on how I made this beautiful lace dress for my 1-year-old daughter. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this beautiful lace fabric, a matching satin, zipper, thread, hard net, scissors, chalk, tape, and the measurement I'll be needing. So please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed already, and also like this video. So I'll cut the satin first. I'll place my measurements on the satin, and after cutting the satin, I'll cut out the lace using the satin. So for the back pattern, for the back piece, I'll be using 1-inch zipper allowance. So that is what I just showed you. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 9 inches. So I'll be measuring 4.5 inches because it is on fold. Then my shoulder slope will be 1/2 inch because it's for a baby, so I won't be using up to 1 inch. I use 1/2 inch. Then I'll be using armhole of 4.5 inches. So that's why I measured 5 inches from the beginning, because I'll be cutting out the shoulder slope of 1/2 inch. So my armhole is 4.5 inches. So I'll connect that. For the neckline, I'll be using 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So that's what I'll measure. Ignore the second line, that's a mistake. So I'll be using 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches for both front and back neckline. Ignore the 2.5 inches line, I made a mistake. So I'll measure that out and curve it. The body measurement I'm working with is 19.5 divided by 4, which is almost 5 inches. So I'll be adding 1.5 inch sewing allowance to that and measure that out. I'll be adding 1/2 inch for ease around her tummy area, so it will not be so tight around her tummy area. What I'll do next is to curve the armhole and also connect the shoulder slope. After doing that, I'll cut it out, then use what I've cut out to cut out the lace fabric. So guys, I forgot to measure out the half length I'm working with. I'm working with 10 inches. 9 inches is actually what I need, but I'll be using 1 inch sewing allowance. So I measured that out and I'll continue cutting.
This is the moment, no turning back. One drop on your lips and the spell will take.
So I'll be using this to cut the lace fabric and also the other satin. I'll just use it and trace it out, that's all. So what I'll do now also is to slit open this zip allowance. I'll open the zip allowance because it's meant to be open. So I'll open that and cut out the lace fabric off camera. So just stay tuned. So I already cut out the lace fabric. I did that off camera in order to save time. So I also cut out another pair of satin. So I'll be having 2 pieces each of the satin. So the next thing now is to start sewing. I will show you the next thing to do now. So out of the 2 satin fabrics that I cut, one will be placed under the lace fabric while the other one will be placed on top, but it will be placed front to front like this. So I'll place it like this and then sew the neckline like this, just like this. After sewing that, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So I'll sew the neckline with 1/2 inch, and after sewing that, I will notch the neckline carefully so I don't cut what I already sewed. So I'll just notch it, and after notching, I will take it to the machine and top stitch like this. I'll top stitch with just like 1/2 inch or so, top stitch carefully. So I'll do this on all the pieces that I cut out. I'll do the same thing on all of them, and I'll show you when I'm done. After sewing and top stitching, I'll give it a good press. So what I'll do next is to take this to my machine and cover all the rough edges. So I'll sew, this is the side of the zipper allowance, I'll cover it, and also the other side. I'll do the same for the front of the dress. So I'll do all that and come back and show you. So I finished covering the rough edges. What I'll do next is to match the shoulder. I'll take this to my machine and sew with 1/2 inch. I'll match the shoulder, and after doing that, I'll give it a very good press and come and show you. So I finished matching the shoulder. So what I'll do now is to also cover the rough edge of the other side of the sleeve. So I'll turn it in and sew. Just stay tuned. Just watch what I will do now. I'll turn it in and then sew to make it very neat. I'll give it a good press after that. What I will do next is cover the rough edges at the half length. So I will sew it in also to make everything really neat. So after doing that, I will also show you. So I'll remove the 1 inch of zipper allowance. I'll use pin and hold it so I can place the body measurement and sew the two sides. So I'll go and hem the satin that I'll be using to line the lower part of the dress. I'll go and hem it and give it a good press. After that, I will show you the next thing to do. So using a hand needle, I'll gather the lace material, the satin and the hard net. I'll use my hand needle to gather it together before sewing it. So just stay tuned and see and watch what I'm doing.
This is the moment, no turning back. One drop on your lips and the spell will take effect. Under the moonlight, stay close to my side. We're burning so bright. Oh, oh, oh. Feel the emotion, follow the sun.
I finished gathering it now. What I'll do is to make sure that it's the same thing with the body measurement I'm working with. So when I get the correct measurement, I'll go and attach it to the body. And after doing that, I'll use another satin to cover the rough edges. After doing that, I'll come and show you. Please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe.
Fall in love with me.
So I finished attaching it. This hard net is going to make it look very full, very full. So that's the essence of the hard net. So I finished attaching it, and I used another satin. I used kissing plates to attach this satin. You can also gather it anyhow you can do yours. Just make sure you use it to cover up the hard net. So what I'll do now is to go and attach the zipper to this dress, and the dress will be ready. So guys, I finished making the dress, and it is so beautiful. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Fire in my eyes, stir counterclockwise. I dream